Hello and a very warm welcome back here to Eurovision 365. I'm Padraig, I'm your host, and you're very welcome here indeed. Some people say that January can be a quiet and cold and rather dull month, but not for us Eurovision fans. I love this time of year because, of course, we get to hear lots of new songs throughout the month of January. We already know that the songs taking part at Eurosong 2024 for Ireland will be released starting on this coming Monday, which is the 8th of January. And just earlier today, we had the release of the songs taking part at MGP 2024. And there's a load more to come more than that, and there's a lot more happening other than those two nations I've just mentioned. I am going to make, and I'm about to share with you my top 10 songs from MGP 2024. There are, of course, like most national finals, returning artists to the MGP. And among the returning MGP finalists, we have those who have represented the country before. Noteworthy would be Margaret Berger, of course, from the 2013 contest in Malmö as well, and Kano, who took part for them at 2019. And other noteworthy major one for me is one half of Dolly Deluxe, who represented Norway back in the 1984 contest. Now, I made a video recently about Justina potentially coming back for Poland at the next contest, and I said obviously 28 years would be a record-setting gap between appearances, but if Benedict comes back as part of the group, the duo, that would be a 40-year gap. 40 years, unheard of, and probably if they do get to Eurovision, unlikely to be beaten anytime soon. But anyway, coming up now is my top 10 songs with comments over the songs and my rationale for their position. What I will say about Norway, Norway tends to up their game when the contest is being held in Sweden. I suppose the exception would be 2016 when they failed to qualify in Stockholm. But of course, let's not forget that Norway had their first triumph in Sweden back in 1985. So I am really excited to see what they do this time around. But anyway, let me know, of course, your top 10 as we go through this. But here is my top 10 songs of MGP 2024. Number 10 is Frederick Holland and the song Stranded. I like the vocals, it's a really nice melody, but the lyrics, I'll be there, have been used hundreds if not thousands of times before. It reminded me of something else, and afterwards, after I'd heard all the songs, it reminded me of He Let Me Walk Alone from Germany back in the 2018 contest. And at number 9 is Farida and Heartache. I set up and paid attention as soon as it started. It's the kind of sound I'd expect and want from Norway at Eurovision, but maybe run out of steam towards the end. And at number 8, it's Margaret Berger and Oblivion. I loved her entry the last time Malmö hosted. It's a great electronic sound, and we know Margaret can sing live. It's a good song, but perhaps it's a bit safe. Though that being said, it has a good high note towards the end. In number 7, it's Anne Princess, Save Me. Not bad, but like a little bored after 2 minutes, I've got to be honest. Number 6, it's Ellie Kristen and Touch of Venus. The first few notes reminded me of Alina Page, but musically and vocally very pleasing. It's an interesting song title as well. In number 5, it's Mia and Green Lights. I love the church organ-like beginning. It's something you'd hear from the Phantom of the Opera, or perhaps the opening scenes of The Exorcist. It's got nice strings playing through the song, a good mixed melody as well, but I would worry that it might get a bit lost among the crowd. But I like it. Bit of a sudden ending. At number 4, it's Ingrid Jasmine and Aya. Reminds me a little of Alva Dansson in parts. That's the song that represented Norway back at Eurovision 2006, and actually my favorite song from Norway. I love the traditional elements to the song. I like the little dance break and the fusion of sounds and instruments that sound almost ethnic-like at times. Really like it. Here's the top 3, and then number 3, it's Milo or Malio and the song You're Mine. I only had 1 minute to judge it, but it was enough for me to acknowledge the potential of this song. It's actually the first song I repeated before moving on to the next. Perhaps down to it being only 1 minute. Perhaps. At number 2, it's Kano and Dam Diggy Da. Fans are going to love it. Kano are determined to return to Eurovision and represent Norway. It's a sound we would expect and should expect to hear from the band. I'm going to be honest with you, I wasn't a huge fan of their attempt back in 2019. Yeah, it's true. And I was totally expecting to dislike this one. But no. I really like it. I just worry about how Fred will manage the lyrically challenging pronunciation during this parts of the song, but I'm sure it will all be grand. And in at number one, it's Super Rob and Erica Norwich with My AI. I think the staging will be awesome for this, and I also think the staging is crucial to how this song is going to do. It's going to make it or it's going to break it. It's like a dance pop tune from the early noughties, and I got vibes of Aqua and similar groups of that time. I love it. Kano song I also love. I think they're great as well, but they beat the Eurovision before, and that's the reason I have Super Rob and Erica Norwich with My AI at my number 1. So that's my top 10, but I'd love to know what yours is. What is your top 10? You know what to do. Let me know in the comments below what your thoughts are. And of course, the first heat of the MGP is happening on the 13th of January. So there will be a live here on the channel as well during that time. So be sure to keep me company during that. And yeah, let me know your thoughts on all things MGP and Norway at the Eurovision. I look forward, as I said, to reading those. And until next time, you take care. I'll see you very soon. Bye-bye.